Charlie Kirk was on with Bill Maher, and that podcast episode dropped yesterday. And I watched Charlie Kirk's kind of making the rounds. He sat down with Gavin Newsom, had a long forum conversation with him as well. And I like it because these guys are, in so many ways, polar opposites. So those conversations are actually the most fun for me. I enjoy them, unless it's just a shouting match. It's ugly. It's not, gracious. And I was skeptical of the Charlie Kirk, Gavin Newsom conversation, but I was pleasantly surprised. They both deferred to each other frequently and were thoughtful, well articulate, and voices weren't raised, fingers weren't pointed, getting angry at each other because of political differences, and religious, of course, as well. Especially with Bill Maher. I don't know Gavin Newsom's faith background, if he's a believer and goes to a church or not, but obviously most of us, anyone that follows Bill Maher knows where he's at with that. So in this conversation between Bill Maher and Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk asks him, do you wish it were true? Speaking of Christianity, heaven, and afterlife. And Bill Maher was like, well, I'd like to live for forever, and I like this world. I hope they figure that out. And I think that that's perfect, actually, because I love that response from Bill Maher. I wish Charlie Kirk went in a different direction with him on that, because there's an opportunity there. Because my conception of heaven is kind of like a universe 2.0, a universe perfected. So it's going to, my guess, I'm guessing, of course, what do I know? But my understanding of new creation in the New Testament, getting this from N.T. Wright, is like the fundamentals of creation were good, as it's declared in Genesis. But of course, the whole project went awry with the introduction of sin in the fall. So there's redemption, right? Obviously through Christ, we are brought back into communion with God, and there's going to be new creation, not only for our bodies, but for the world that God made. So we're going to be ruling and reigning as we were supposed to in this world. So the point is that, to Bill Maher, is that we get to live forever, exactly as you're wishing, and we get the pleasures of everlasting life and everything associated with it. Not only the pleasures of this world, the material, but the immaterial, that are also here, but tainted, heavily tainted, because of sin. There's a lot of pleasure and joy, happiness, and love, peace, harmony in this world. But it's marred, not Bill Maher, marred, heavily marred by sin. So there's an opportunity for redemption through Christ and new creation in the life to come. And it's going to be everything that we love about this life times 1,000, because we will not suffer from sin that kind of ruins everything. It's kind of like eating a piece of chocolate cake, and it's like, oh, it's so good, I just want more. And then you have that second or third, and then you've got a stomach ache and you feel sick. It's kind of like our ability to enjoy life won't be impeded by sin. Somehow, sin gets in the way of us experiencing the pleasures and happiness and joy and fulfillment that God intended for us and that we get a glimpse of in this world. So I'm glad Bill Maher responded the way he did. I think he's looking for exactly what Christianity has to offer, and that's the point.